What's up, y'all? It's your boy Rich.
And your girl Asia.
And this is Trucker Talk TV.
They can school you on trust, man. All you gotta do is listen. If you wanna make some money, grab your pen and pay attention. Those runners, they some champions. They always on a mission. If you got a load need picked up, then just hit them. They come get it.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Rich, aka Rich Poppy, aka the flyest one. And we got Asia here, and we back with another episode of Trucker Talk TV. Guess what, y'all? We got a surprise. We got a guest. We got somebody very, very special. That's in the building. Mr. Jeff, CDL Book Club, is in the building. Can we get a hand clap, y'all? Mr. Jeff, can you introduce yourself?
Yes.
Well, Jeff Mills, CDL Book Club, thecdlbookclub.com. I'm the owner, I'm one of the driving coaches, and the one who brings success to you.
Wow,
that's awesome.
So, like, you teach people the game, basically, CDL.
Yeah, it's not only do we teach them the game, but we teach them how to have game for their lineage, not just them. I don't do it just for you. Like now I get to see your second half.
Okay.
And first I want to just say, it's an honor and a privilege to be here.
Okay.
And
Absolutely.
And it's good to see you.
Absolutely.
Because it's been like 3 years,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's been 3 years since we made our video
Absolutely.
on the CDL Book
Absolutely.
Club, and that was the day that you passed your test.
Absolutely.
And I mean, just to be sitting here, it's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like Mr. Miyagi and the Karate Kid. I always ask people who was better.
Okay.
Who was greater?
Okay.
Mr. Miyagi or the Karate Kid? What do you all say?
Wow. I say
I want you to think about the question though.
okay.
I would say the Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid. Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, now.
I know we got both.
We got now. What the way?
Okay, so
Your reason.
my reason I would say the Karate Kid is because I think when you have an instructor and a student, I think it's up to the student to be successful. The instructor can only give you the knowledge. So I think it's one of those things like you could take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. So that's why I say that Karate
But the
Kid.
instructor, I mean, he know the whole game. He teach you everything. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Stop
tough.
right there.
Okay.
What did he just say?
The instructor, he teaches you everything.
So what is everything? Everything is everything, right?
Okay.
So at the end of the Karate Kid movie, when he did that last move, Mr. Miyagi never did that move.
Ooh, that's good.
So he
That's
learned
good.
more.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the student should always be better
Absolutely.
than the teacher.
Wow.
That's deep.
Wow,
That's
that's
deep.
good.
Now I want
That's
to tell y'all
good.
something. I got my Class B license with Mr. Jeff.
Yep.
Awesome. He has a couple schools. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Not only one.
We got different locations, but now, I mean, we actually are worldwide.
Okay.
Awesome.
I just got back from Saudi Arabia.
Ooh,
Went
wow,
to,
that's awesome.
we went to Aruba.
Okay.
We turned
Awesome.
business into pleasure.
That's right. That's awesome.
I'm going to
That's
enjoy
awesome.
where I go.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
But it wouldn't even matter though. CDL Book Club was created from the thought of if you help people grow, you grow.
Wow.
And so I said, well, what do I have to help people grow, and not be selfish about it.
Okay.
Awesome.
See, that's the thing. You can't be selfish. Like, for instance, there's a lot of people who have podcasts,
Okay.
but they don't have this podcast.
Okay.
And so as soon as I came in here, I say, oh, a woman's touch.
He
Yeah,
did.
for sure.
You know what I mean? Because like I showed,
Yeah, right.
For sure.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
This ring will be on my finger
Yeah.
for over 20 years.
Okay.
So I know.
Now that's your partner. Is she
Oh,
involved
no.
into the business? Okay.
A partner is no.
Okay.
She's more than that.
That's awesome.
Wow.
She's way more than that.
Are you learning?
Yeah.
You learning? Yeah, I'm just like,
I mean,
I'm just-
I'm gonna share a hadith with you.
Okay.
And I normally keep when I do business, I keep business and my way of life separate.
Okay.
But I'm not working now.
Okay.
Right.
So Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, he was asked by his companions,
Okay.
who was better, or who was more important, the mother or the father?
Okay.
And he said, the mother. And then they asked again, who, is more important? And he said, the mother again. And then they asked again, and he said, the mother. She's 3 times more important than the father. So my wife, when it comes to helping me establish my business aspect,
You look at her as 3 more times important.
She's the only thing that she would have to do is just get her CDL, and I could just not be here anymore.
Wow.
And I ask her, she says, well, it's not my thing. I don't want to do it, but maybe just one day, God will put on her heart to go ahead and do it, But now there's an extra part to get the CDL. It's called the entry-level driving training.
Okay.
We provide that course. It's done online.
Okay.
And a lot of people think that, oh man, this, since February 7th of this year was the established mandate that the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration has implemented the entry-level training.
Okay.
A lot of people look down on it.
Okay.
But I gotta ask, why do you look down on knowledge?
Right.
That's right. That's right.
The same knowledge that's being taught could be the same knowledge that can save your life.
That's right.
Wow.
Have you noticed like a drop in like people becoming interested since that February 7th, or?
It's been because we are in a position to be able to provide the entry-level training, so we get a lot of calls. And not just, from Maryland, DC, and Virginia, but world, like throughout, not worldwide, but East Coast, West Coast, North and South. And they call in to get the entry-level training. I mean, we send it to the email, and they get the course, they complete the course, then we'll get the completion in our system, and then we'll upload the test scores to the Federal Motor Carrier. Federal Motor Carrier will then give the green light to go to motor vehicles and take the the regular steps. The permit. And but again, you need your driver license. Your DOT card, that's your medical card. In order to go to motor vehicles and take that written test. To get they call it the written test, but written test or computer test is all the same.
Now how many questions are, because I mean, I don't know if certain people in the audience know, like, how many questions are on the CDL license? Like, I know some people say this and that.
You talking about for the permit or?
For the to get your license. So it's like 3 parts or something, right?
So, yeah, but now we got to back up. Because you can't even go into motor vehicles now. Like, the days of the old are over.
Wow.
You can't just go into the motor vehicles and say, hey, I want to take the commercial driver license test. Can't do it. You have to have the entry-level driving training course done first.
Wow.
In order to go to motor vehicles and take that test.
And you offer that?
Yes, we offer it.
Okay, awesome. Now, do they have to take the class in order to get that, or would you, or like, how does that work?
Well, like, we provided. Actually, you can actually just do it on your phone. You can do it at home. You can do it on desktop or laptop. We send the course to the email, like to an individual's email. They just hit the link. And then they just go through the course. And we provide material to help with that. One of the books is the actual, like, we give them a module of each module. So it's a collection. For Class A, they have to do like 30, but it's 48 modules. So it's like, well, you get to the 30. By the time you get to 30, you're gonna go ahead and knock out the rest. And then I actually brought these books with me. So once you have the completion of the entry-level training,
Okay.
then you set up a test. You just go online, set up a test appointment
For the permit.
For the permit.
Okay.
And the exam book, this CDL book club exam book,
Okay.
and this right here it has the general knowledge.
Okay.
General knowledge consists of 50 questions,
Right. Okay.
and you have to
That's
have
what
at
I was
least
wondering.
40 right.
Okay.
And this has air brakes,
Okay.
and air brakes is 25 questions.
Okay.
You got to get 20 right, and combination.
Now, can somebody like reach out to you and purchase these books, or do they have to take the class in order to get these books?
Well, we do have them in our office, but we upgraded just like y'all upgraded, right?
Yeah,
right,
You know
right,
what I mean?
When I went
Yeah,
to
you guys. Right,
When I
right.
went to you, I remember you had the disc. Do you still have the disc?
You know what? We got rid of that
Wow. Okay.
because on that laptop right there, can you
Uh-huh.
even put a disc in that?
Nah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we got to move with the time.
Okay.
Oh, that's
you know?
awesome. That's good.
So the a lot of people what we give out for free is the pre-trip inspection on YouTube.
Okay.
And they go to CDL Book Club on YouTube, and they'll see the greatest pre-trip inspection.
So people can go on. Say it again.
Your
CDL
YouTube.
Book Club on YouTube.
CDL Book Club on YouTube.
Okay.
And they will see like this will get them the permit.
Right. Okay.
And then once they have the permit, then they will have this book. This is the pre-trip inspection.
Okay.
I don't. One thing I don't do is like stroke my ego because
Yeah.
I'm not in this for that.
Okay.
But this is what the people said. They said this actually the video was before this.
Okay.
And they said the video was the greatest.
Okay.
And so so
Well, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was pretty shocked at how quickly Richie learned, like,
yeah,
the pre-trip. Like, I was at the house learning it too.
There you go.
And the way that you
Yeah, for
taught
sure.
him was so interesting, and it was just like he said when he was in your school, you just had a different way of teaching, because he had went to another school before that. And he was just like, the way that you had taught was just like the greatest way of
Yeah.
teaching. So
Awesome.
that's interesting that you said the greatest pre-trip inspection, because it was like, he said it was like the way that you taught it was just so straight to the point, and he understood it and he got it.
and,
Now,
and
a lot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off. A lot of people get discouraged with that pre-trip. Do you have any advice to learn it faster, or what I'm saying?
totally. Like I always say, back in the days I used to perform in I grew up in DC, and
Okay.
so we used to play in a lot of bands.
Okay.
And
You're a Redskin fan?
no.
Oh, good. Get a hand clap.
Now,
Ravens.
pause. Pause.
Okay.
They on a Saturday, me and my son, he was 1 year old. He's 9 years, so it was 9 years ago
Okay.
that I became a Raven fan.
There you go. Okay.
And the reason why was because there was a movie called Snake River Desperados.
Okay.
It's a 1951 or 1954, somewhere around there. It was black and white.
Okay.
And in the movie, there was a white man who was a gun seller
Okay.
who wasn't making any money because it wasn't any war.
Okay.
So you had the white man and you had the natives.
Okay.
So he dressed up as an Indian and went and shot a white man, which started the beef. And so he ran back to his store, cleaned himself up, and the people the people of the town came running to his store wanting to buy guns and stuff because Indians shot the white man.
Okay.
So they went to war, and the Indians had captured some of the white men, and so one was trying to escape, and so this white man ran out of the being captive, and they got in a tussle, and he said, "Get off me, get off me, get off me, you sidewinding redskin!"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God!" Right
Oh.
there.
Redskin.
So what's the difference? He said, get off me, you sidewinding."
Okay. Yeah.
But
Fill in the blank.
but the Redskins changed their name too, right?
Just did
Just did.
to the Commanders, right?
Wow. So
Exactly.
that's
Well, no. before they had no name,
Washington.
the Washington football team.
Right. Okay.
Right. Because now they was getting depressed.
Okay.
You know, and so and they were losing sponsors and everything.
Okay. Yeah.
And they still are losing. They just lost major sponsors.
Okay.
Right.
But because of that, I seen it, I heard it with my own eyes. So where do I stand? And so I said, oh man, you know, I've been a Washington, you know, a Redskin fan, like since 5 years old.
Okay.
And that's actually, you know, when I was in the stadiums and I look at the people, because I didn't really understand football as a child.
Yeah.
But I did understand business. And I understood that if I could get $1 from every one of those persons, I could provide for my family. So I live with that motto
At a young age.
Wow,
at a young
that's
age.
awesome.
And so my so when I saw this and I said, man, you know, how can I be a Redskin fan
Okay.
after seeing and hearing with my own eyes? So what I did was I went to what was it? I was trying to figure out the name of the movie at the time because I had no idea what it was.
Okay.
So I found out, and then I said, man, I gotta prove this though. So I went on to Amazon, ordered the movie. They only had one copy,
Okay,
and I
man.
have this copy in my office, right,
That's
of the
awesome.
movie, and I put it on Facebook and shared it like, hell, here's the proof right here. You know what I mean? Now, what you gonna still stand with this man who's calling you this and that?
Yeah.
You know, like, come on now. You know, you like that this and that, though, right?
I love that this and that.
Yeah.
That was the best part.
It was.
That was like this and that. That was like, okay. I was like,
Right.
I was all in. Like, I was like, hey, this and that, this and that.
Hip hop fanatic, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, well, you know what? I can't roll with this team no more because my, you know, where I stand
For
at,
sure.
you know, as a black man,
That's sure.
and where they stand at with their knee on my back or their knee on my neck.
Okay.
So I said, well, it's real easy to let this one go.
Okay.
So I gathered all my Redskin paraphernalia. I went outside. At the time I was living in apartments.
Okay.
And so I had my grill out in front of the
Are you
apartments.
serious?
Yeah.
Lit it up.
Oh, lit it up.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook. I don't.
I got
One
you.
thing I don't do is blow no smoke up
I got
nobody
you.
tell.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook. You can see it.
Yeah.
I put it all in.
Because it
and-
became personal at that
Oh
point.
yeah, totally.
What was your wife saying? Was she supportive of what you was?
Well, she ain't. I mean, no, she really could care less about that.
Yeah.
You know.
But it became personal for you because
Yes.
of what you were now being held accountable of from hearing.
Exactly.
And do you feel like that, you being a business owner, do you feel like that you kind of took some of that way of thinking and it pushed you to become your own business owner? Like when I say that, I mean like so nobody has to kind of put you in a box to be anything that you don't want to be. Like you say, okay, I'm gonna be my own boss. Like what like for the entrepreneurs, like, cause you know trucking is kind of like if you're an owner operator, you your own boss. So how do you like? Do you feel like it like being a business owner? You're a business owner because you like trucking, or you're a business owner because you know your way of thinking, or like what made you like want to be like a bit like own your own school, like
Gotcha.
you wanted to be your own boss?
I got to go back to like growing up.
Okay.
I had a mother and a father in the household.
Okay.
My mother was a banker.
Okay.
My father, he was started in computers, and then he went into real estate, and then from real estate he realized, hey, I need to be, in order for me to get the whole bag, I need to become a broker. So when he made that,
talk about
so when
that.
he made that transition, he created his own business, and so, and I mean, I just watched the steps, and what I did was when as a child, the books that he had on his shelf,
You used to read them.
I used to read them.
Yeah, see, we don't
Yeah.
do that. It's people.
Wow.
That generation is that's deep and that's awesome. But you know, like you said, in order to get the whole bag, and this is what I tell Trucker Talk TV all the time. There's levels to trucking. You start off with being a driver for a company, or you start with the CDL school. You start being a driver, and then you progress to maybe getting your first truck, and then you progress to becoming that owner operator. You may lease on to someone, then you may get your own, and then you progress to maybe becoming your own dispatcher at that point, but these are all different components of trucking, right? And then they say, okay, well, how can I get all my money? Like, I still gotta call this board and that board and get these loads, and I gotta negotiate. That is the broker aspect. When you cut out all middlemen, like you were saying about your father in real estate, the top dog is the broker.
Right.
So, you know, but I feel like it's important to learn all aspects before you get to the broker, because you, like you said, your dad was the real estate agent first, and then he said, how can I get the whole bag? Right. But he understood the foundation before he skipped to the key components, which was getting the full bag. So
as my father being a broker and understanding how to get the whole bag, me being a child, I started with a newspaper route, and until I got chased by a dog, right? Scared the crap out of me, right? A good thing it was my homeboy's dog, and that right there, like I was like, 12 years old with this right here on my face, right? No, but but just different, growing up in I guess you would say like a little Baltimore area.
Okay.
It's called Sea Pleasant.
Okay.
Right outside of DC.
Yeah,
and,
I went to Bowie, so I'm familiar.
Oh,
you're familiar with that, right?
I'm familiar.
So you're very familiar.
Yeah, because we used to. So when we was at college, funny story. We used to go. They used to. I had one friend, and she used to say, "All right, we're gonna show Asia where this side." They used to take me to Forestville. Sea Pleasant.
I lived there too.
Yeah, they used to take me all over. So that's up right there, right?
Yeah.
I think one of my friends, they lived. They used to say Carlington Station was the hood, and there was these big old houses. I'm like, this the hood?
Yeah. Shoot,
I know.
Yeah, but growing up, like I was born '72, so I got the '70s in me, the '80s in me, the '90s.
Okay.
Right.
And but going through the streets and living that way and learning about business.
Okay.
And how you have to treat certain situations and everything so there were mistakes in life in order to get to the positive.
Absolutely.
You can't you can't actually I'll give you this.
Okay.
Back in 2004, so I was incarcerated from 2004 to 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. And while I was there, I kept noticing a lot of guys, especially like from Baltimore.
Okay.
It was like a revolving door for them. And I'm like, man, why? They call me by my Muslim name. Why, Rashid?
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Hey, Rashid, I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what? What's going on? What? How you mess up out there like that, right? For you to come back so fast like this, right?
Right.
And they just say, well, ain't nothing out there.
Right.
We got to stop that.
Yeah.
We got to stop that.
Right.
And also saying that the white man is it's because of him.
Okay.
When you point that finger, they say, man, you got three fingers pointing back at you. And so we got to stop. We have to stop that. And
for sure.
So while I was in there,
okay,
I was able to teach brothers about Islam, about what to do, how to use your mind. While I was in there, I was designing shirts. I was a designer. This wasn't even a thought.
Okay.
While I was,
but you was using your time wisely.
Very. While I was there, I took a program called Serve Safe.
Okay.
Working in the kitchen, right in the pen.
Okay.
And I learned how to do the floors real good. I thought I was gonna come home and be doing floors.
Right.
I mean, I really like. I was like, man, I gotta, if somebody in a hospital or somewhere see me do their floors, they're gonna want me to do all their house. I knew that that's what I was gonna do.
Sure,
the floors, right?
The floors, man. I just love it, right?
Yeah.
But I had many ways of making money.
Okay.
I was on like somebody would say the worst job ever.
Okay.
Being on blood spill.
Okay.
In a joint.
Okay.
It was the most.
That might be the worst.
It was the highest paying job.
Yeah.
Like $2.80 a day.
Woo. $2.80 a day for the
That's
cleanup.
a lot. That's a lot in prison.
But how much blood you cleaning up?
I don't care.
Oh, you was getting at $2.80.
I'm getting at $2.80.
Okay.
And because I had a family outside.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I needed to do what the heck I needed to do
Okay.
so that I can send that money home.
For sure.
Okay.
You know, and then they put me on road crew.
Okay.
Put me on road crew. I did road crew for 2.5 years.
Okay.
While I was on road crew, I realized that there was a guy. This one of the young brothers from Baltimore told me. He said, man, Rashid, you see that guy right there driving that Acura? I was like, yeah, that brand new Acura right there. Yeah. He said, man, that guy was locked up. I said, for real? He locked up? He was locked up? He driving that brand new Acura? He worked for the state? That's a government job. He said, yeah, I know. I went back after that day. I made my prayers, and I just asked Allah, I need to, please let me talk to him and let me hear it out of his own mouth.
Okay.
And sure enough, I was able to talk to the brother, and I said, brother, you work for a government, state government, and which is a good job.
For sure.
You got benefits and everything.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, you were incarcerated? He said,
you got a government job.
And you got a government job?
Right.
He said, yeah. I said, man, well, what I have to do? The brother looked me dead in my eyes and said, don't lie. I was like, oh, okay. I understand what you mean. And then Obama was became president.
Okay.
And he implemented that rule or law that they had to take that part off of applications because people were being discriminated against.
Absolutely.
And so I said, man, so things are kind of looking good here.
Okay.
So now I got home. I told myself I had to start all the way over my driver license. You have to have motivation.
For sure.
For anything in life,
Right.
you have to have motivation. So
Did you get your CDLs after you got out of jail?
after I got out of jail, I had my CDL while I was in jail.
Okay.
Oh.
But I lost everything.
Okay. You had to start over
I had to
when
start
you got out.
everything
Right.
from a learner's permit, driver license,
Then
CDL learner's permit, and then
A CDL again.
CDL.
Okay.
So
How long did that take?
Oh, it didn't take me that long at all.
Okay.
Because
was
again,
motivated. You just said
motivation.
that, yep.
When I got home, I didn't have a driver license. So was I going to drive down to the motor vehicles? Nah, I don't think I was going back to prison.
Right.
I had a plan.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said, Allah bless me with these 2 feet. I'm gonna walk all the way down to the motor vehicles. While I'm walking, I'm taking in the knowledge to get the learners back.
Right.
Went down there, sat down, took the test, got my learners back.
Okay.
Then my homegirl let me use her car to get my license.
Okay.
So once I got my license, then now I said, now the job that the brother told me about not lying.
Right.
So I filled out the application
Okay.
to get the job.
Okay.
So while I did that, it was kind of in limbo because it takes a long time to get the government job.
For sure.
So while I was waiting for the interview, I was working on getting my learners.
Okay.
So I went to, they always used to say, go to what's it called? Work enforcement,
Yeah.
job readiness.
Yeah.
So job readiness, I was like, so I found one that was in my area.
Okay.
They told me, they said, if you get your learner's permit, we'll take care of the rest.
Right.
So I was like, oh, what?
Right.
All right. Because I was an ex-felon.
Right.
So
And they'll pay for that, right?
And they pay for it, right? So that's a way to get your CDL.
Right. Okay.
All right. Then, if you went this
Right,
way,
right.
All right. Then from there, I got my learner's permit.
Okay.
I brought my learner's permit back to the job readiness. It's like, okay, we're gonna send you up to Allstate.
Okay.
So I went to Allstate. It was freezing cold up there.
Okay.
And every time I was in class, the instructor would say, Mills, give the class. I'm going over to the big building. Mills, give the class. I'm going over here to smoke a cigarette. Mills, give the class. I'm gonna go over here and talk to John and them.
So that means you was beasting in class. You was on your
I
stuff.
knew my stuff.
Okay.
I knew it then, but
Okay.
I knew it
Right.
for me.
Okay.
You know.
So that teacher
but
seen that in you.
he saw it.
Okay.
And he kept Mills, give the class. Mills, I was like, man, if this dude say Mills, give the
Right,
class.
right.
One more time.
One more time.
Paycheck.
Mills,
Paycheck,
Mills
yeah.
gonna give a class. Yeah, so
Mills gonna have to pay Mills in a minute.
and so now Mills is giving the class.
That's right.
But
That's right.
But Mills not working for them.
That's right. That's right.
So I was working the state highway.
Right.
Now, how this happened was once I was honored the interview,
Okay.
I went to the interview with the learner's permit, and the HR rep, she was looking for. She had a stack of applications because the job you can get the job with a driver's license, but you had
Certain amount of
6
time
months
to get your actual license.
to get
Right.
your license,
Right.
CDL.
Yeah.
So that was at Coca-Cola too,
Yeah, I
right,
had the
Rich?
same
So Richie had the
There
same
you go.
thing at
There
Coke.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go. And so if you didn't, then you was fired.
Right. Yeah.
So
We know about that.
That's kind of like motivation. That time frame.
It's supposed to
Totally.
yes, motivate you.
Yeah,
So
that's
like
it.
you're going back to what you said, motivation. Like you got to be motivated to do something because don't lie, you're going to get the opportunity, but it's just up to you to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
up to you.
And you know, I think it's interesting that whole story too because it's like sometimes our purpose presents itself in strange places.
yeah.
And I feel like your purpose presented itself when that guy seen the potential in you that you may not have seen at that time. Give the class, give the class, give the
I
class.
didn't see it at all.
And now you said, I'm not gonna keep giving the class, but it was that push, unintentional push that you needed to push you into your purpose, which was your next level. And I feel like, you know, our purpose sometimes is super unintentional, but the universe or just whatever, like it's just a funny
Crazy
way
how it
of which
works, yep.
how it works, and it tells us what we need to do or which way we need to go.
Signs.
That gut feeling or those signs that we need, like okay, or those prayers that we pray.
Absolutely.
Please show me what I need to do or which way. And it's like that's something's like that. Like and then you thought, wait a minute, I ain't gonna keep giving the clap, but he seen something. So, like I said, I think that is just awesome and amazing, and I just think that I'm glad that you didn't take that and was just like, oh, I'm just pretty good. As
Right,
on the shoulder, but you actually took it and applied it to where you are now. So what was the position for the state job that you were working?
So it's called the FMT, Facility Maintenance Technician.
Okay.
And it started off as a 1.
And you didn't need a CDL for that position?
No, not to get the job.
Okay.
But you had 6 months to get your CDL.
Okay, gotcha.
So so when I started, the young lady or being interviewed, and I'm gonna go back to that real quick. So at the interview, the young lady had a stack of applications, and what gave me the leverage was this was the difference between checkers and chess here. So I knew that there was gonna be a lot of people applying for the job.
Okay.
Majority of the people have driver license.
Okay.
So what was going to make me different from them was if I pushed myself to get the CDL, and that's so the lady, she had the application stacked up like this, and she was like, she's like, do you have your driver license? So I pulled my driver license out, but I gave her the learner's permit next, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, you already got your CDL learners? She was like, oh.
Okay.
And I knew what that meant.
For sure.
On top of the pile.
Yeah.
I should have made that song started from the bottom.
Started
man.
from the bottom
You
and
should've
we here. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So
You should have made
I'm
that.
telling you.
You should have made that song
Yes,
for
sir.
real.
So doing the interview, so we did the interview, got in the door, got the job, and going through the job, working there, seeing a lot of people come and seeing a lot of people go.
Okay.
Because they couldn't even get past this part. They couldn't even get the permit.
Okay.
You know, and so, but that's our problem. That's one of the reasons why it's the book club.
Okay.
And so people ask like, how do you have a trucking company? It's called CDL Book Club, you know? And I'll be like, well, why do McDonald's called McDonald's.
McDonald's, right? For sure.
They don't say nothing about hamburgers.
Right.
No, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, for real.
Did you ever ask yourself that question?
Right.
No, for real.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I got that petty button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you
gotta
have
launch
to.
it.
Yeah. I gotta hit it sometimes
Yeah.
because sometimes I just be like, but I check myself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's about the humbleness also.
Okay.
Because when you read about not being humble,
Okay.
isn't not being humble what got the Shaitan
Right.
kicked out of paradise?
Right.
So I was like, oh well, I know not to be that way.
Yeah.
You know,
And you mentioned humbleness, like when you go from a 9 to 5 to making this kind of money, like me and her had to tone it, like, you know what I'm saying? We had to
Tone it
remind
down.
ourselves, to be humble.
Yeah.
'Cause
Did you feel like that?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, so basically, like you said, like you came from, growing up with, certain circumstances, got chased by the dog with the mail run. So obviously you were a male person at one point, but then now to being like a business truck, CDL truck owner,
It's different from a 9 to 5 paycheck.
did you have to humble yourself is what we're trying to say. Like you said, like did it make you like really like, but see, again, I don't know how to ask that question because you talk a lot about motivation and you always back up what you say. So
Right.
that's like a tough question because it's like,
Yeah.
you talk a lot about being motivated. Like you said, like you got that. You walked all the way from your house to
Yeah.
get to the MBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And had to get back too though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah.
What time you get back?
I wasn't coming back empty-handed.
For sure.
Right.
That's what I told
sure.
myself.
That was the motivation.
Yeah.
That's what I told myself. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to walk down there. I know they got a little vending machine,
Yeah.
so I can
Get
give me a
some
little
drinks.
snack and,
Yeah.
and something to drink.
Yeah.
And I'ma smile all the way back home.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm going to be able to provide.
Yeah.
And so that's what the goal was.
Okay.
There was also, and I'm gonna tell you about what I went through.
Okay.
Working at that job, there was what you had to go through. Now this is what, like my dad told me this. He said, son, you got 4 pockets. You learn to put money in every one of them.
Okay.
And so not only did I have the job, but I had to be doing something for myself. I couldn't just doing the job. Nah, that ain't me. I knew that it had to be 3 other things that I must be doing for myself in order to have that pick up and go. If I wanna, I'm not gonna, working on the job, I gotta ask permission
Right.
to take off.
Right.
So
Right.
that means I gotta ask you, like, hey, can you
Right.
loosen these
Right.
up for
These
me?
shackles, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, and I ain't about that, man. I told
Right.
him, I was like,
right.
but I love the job,
Okay.
but the people.
So when was it, or what point in your life working at that job you was like,
This is it.
I want to open up this school.
Well, cameraman, can you see that right there? That scar right there?
Get a close up on that.
His scar on his head.
It's a battle wound right there.
This wound I got right here
Okay.
was falling through a bridge at 450 and 295.
Oh, you fell through a bridge.
5 feet through the bridge. I got screws. I can't even bend it back no more. That's it,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And so
It's a lawsuit right there.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
But I get to another lawsuit that was more important.
Okay.
It's the definition of me and who I am
Okay.
and what I represent.
Okay.
So while working at the job, this was when my wife said, "This is your last day."
That's it.
I'm a fighter. I know this stuff, it heals.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before this, there was speaking of where we are,
Okay.
my supervisor was from here, right?
Okay.
He was from here,
Okay.
and he Caucasian guy,
Okay.
and he came to work wearing a Confederate flag T-shirt.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You have got to be kidding me.
What you said this was in the 80s?
No. This was
after he got out. All of this is after he got out. So he was in there from 2006 to 20.
So it was so working at State Highway. It was I started that job 2011.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
2011.
Okay.
And I was working. I started at the Upper Marlboro shop.
Okay.
And I was living in Laurel, and so I was driving my '83 Malibu.
Yeah.
And that '83 Malibu got me to Baltimore, and the motivation.
Yeah.
I had no brakes.
Okay. Woo.
Yeah, I'm talking about like
You was sliding all the way from Upper Marlboro back.
when you hit the brakes. I mean, man, I just didn't have the money for brakes. So I knew that once the brakes was gone, I was like, I got at least that, what they call it?
The rotors.
The rotors. Yeah. So I knew I had that much, right? So I had to make some money to buy the rotors and the brakes. You know.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so
slid all the way around till you got this thing right.
all the way to Baltimore to get my CDL, to get the job. Sometimes I had to catch the bus. Ice storms and stuff, man.
Sure.
It was
went through the storm, but it
so
was
you
worth
went
it.
through the storm, but it was definitely worth it.
It was worth it.
It was definitely worth it. So so the Confederate flag shirt is the they took you out. That was it.
That right there.
On top of the injury.
This was last. This was after.
Okay.
Yeah, this was after.
Oh, so you still went back after the Confederate flag?
Yeah, cause cause see, no.
What? You ain't gonna be intimidated like that, huh?
No. See, we in a modern day time.
For sure.
And I probably, if I was in the '60s and I was coming up through that time, I probably wouldn't have made it or something. You know what I mean? They probably would have killed me, but at least I would have fought.
You stood up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give them some blood. I ain't.
You ain't sweating that, right?
Yeah. But that fight got to continue.
Yeah.
That's right.
And that's just like the morally aspect of me seeing what I saw about the risk.
Absolutely.
And so while I was working on this job, seeing this Confederate flag shirt, and I took time to not talk. And then, but now I say, well, I'm on this job, and so I went to the supervisor. I was like, look, bro, can you ask this man to cover this up?
For sure.
You know what I mean? He's a supervisor, and this a government job. We don't own nothing here. So what you fighting for this for? Why what you down at me for? And you don't own nothing here. And so what it's like, oh man, that's just dude being dude. Okay. And I said, well, I bet. I'm gonna show you Jeff Mills being Jeff Mills then. So we went out we had a call out. So we went out on the call out, and here's Chess again. Okay. So we went out on a call out. Several of the members, the workers. Okay. And we was out on 450 again, actually. And so when we were out there doing the job, the guy, his supervisor asked him to cover it up with the vest, because if you're out on the road, you gotta have the vest, right? So he had the vest. He had the vest on, right? But he had it fastened in the back. Okay.
He was really playing.
Yeah. So, oh my God. So what I did, I said, okay, cool. I like the move, right? Yeah. So I told him, I was like, okay, so this is what it is. Yeah. We gonna go with this. We're gonna go with that. So now it's gonna be right here on 450, right in the middle of the street. Okay. So I went up to him, and all these other guys, who was his friends. So I walked up to him and I told him, and I was right there nose to nose. And I told him, I said, if you reach for that knife, I'm just gonna knock you slam across the street. Okay. I had already envisioned it. Several Mike Tyson fights. Understanding the uppercut. And that I had already it was already done. Okay. But I couldn't do it. I just had to say that I was gonna do it. Okay. See, OG told me, he said, Jeff, you know how to fight. But the fight is not with the fist. The fight is with the pen. Okay. You got to learn how to put the ink to the paper. Okay. that's what makes you smart.
Okay.
That's the chess move.
Okay.
And so when I did that, now they called in and said, Jeff, he out here being crazy.
Okay.
He out here, trying to start a fight.
Right.
So now that means everybody that's out here that see it got to go back to the office and write a statement.
Okay.
So now, when I got back to the office, they said, Mills, we want you to write a statement.
Okay.
I said, man, I'll give you a statement, but right now, I'll give it to you when things calm down. I said, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
So I did write something though. I wrote a leave slip.
Okay.
And I said, I'll see you after lunchtime tomorrow.
Okay.
Because tomorrow morning, first thing, I'm going to Baltimore to the EEOC. And so I went there, filed the federal lawsuit,
Okay.
and I came back with a stack of papers and pap,
Chess.
smacked it right on their
Chess.
desk.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody about to play with
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
yeah. And so
So you can
from
file
there-
a lawsuit for that?
Wow.
Totally.
You can?
See, it's Title VII. That's one thing we have to know is our rights.
Absolutely.
We have
I did
rights.
not know that.
Okay.
And see, you have as a minority, a woman, I mean, it's so many rights that you have. You know what I mean? As far as being a woman, but I mean, you have to know how to. You have to know how. You have to know what they are, and you have to know how to implement them.
Right.
Right, and as long
Okay.
as you do it correctly, you could basically take advantage of what needs to be done. And I think that saying that is super motivating, even because see, not everybody on Trucker Talk TV or even like the driving school audience, and correct me if I'm wrong, everybody don't want to become truck owners. I mean, I think that's like the thing. Like we all want to be successful, right?
Everybody's
But not
not a
everybody
boss.
don't want to be a
Everybody,
truck owner. There's
Right.
some people just want to drive for Coke,
Right.
want to drive for Pepsi,
And
want to drive somebody else's tractor trailer.
Yeah.
Now, how many people from the truck school, how many people do you notice that you see, do you notice a lot? Okay, so, is it 50-50 when, you meet your students later and they come back and say, I got my own truck, Mr. Jeff? Or is it, more so, I'm just driving trucks now? What do you get?
So, I get a lot of it.
Oh, 50-50?
No, it's you got to fractionize. You got to break it up into fractions.
Really?
Just yesterday, I had a good relationship. Like today is Sunday. We did a Saturday test. So I had a guy whose permit was expiring today, and he was moving to Florida today.
Okay.
And we only had one shot.
Okay.
And the branch manager gave him a test on a Saturday.
Okay.
So while I was there, I'm sitting, looking at. Actually, I was looking at your podcast.
Okay.
While I was up there.
Yeah.
And so then, the young brother, he came up to me, Ethiopian brother.
Okay.
He said, Mr. Jeff, he said, man, good to see you. Right?
Yeah.
He hugged me and
Yeah.
everything. He said, that's my truck right there. I follow your steps.
Okay.
I do what you do, and now I help my people. I said, man, I said, alhamdulillah. It was,
So humbling.
Yeah.
it was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
Man, a
you know-
baby. It's
Yeah,
like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
So you know what
Oh,
I'll say, which
man.
is so crazy about that. You say that about him though.
Uh-huh.
So Richie, we take that, and he got that from. Did Richie ever tell you that or no?
no.
Okay, so this is so interesting, and I'm about to tell you. So after he took your class, he noticed you didn't really charge a lot of money. You gave more information than what was being paid, and you kind of go above and beyond to make sure that everybody got what they got, right?
Yeah.
Before we started this podcast, we were getting a lot of people that was asking us to do classes, and people asking us to do we do one-on-one tutorials, and people, how much money do I gotta pay for you to just teach me how to get my own truck? And we were going there, and it was it was people charging $10,000, $3,000, $5,000. We could do that. We could still do that right now.
Yeah.
But guess what Richie said? After being motivated from you, which was crazy, and I'm surprised he never told you, he was saying that how you charge less and how you give more, sometimes your blessings don't come from really just taking more. It really just comes from giving. And so he was saying that he learned it from you, from what you gave it to him for, and this podcast is a way to give back as opposed to trying to charge people for classes and be greedy. Like they already trying to get their CDL, they already trying to get. So he was like, instead of being greedy, or not even being greedy, just instead of turning that thing into a business, let's just give back and let God bless us in that way. And that was crazy, like you did, because Richie said that about you. He was like, he doesn't even charge that much. He gives so much information, and I just feel like we should go with that, like just give more. And that model. And you said that somebody else did that to you too. So Richie said he learned that from you too. He said, I'm surprised he never told you that, but he did tell me that he learned that from you. That's why you was the first person that he thought about to have, you know, like on the show. I know, so that was so funny.
You helped out a lot of people. You blessed a lot of people,
said that.
man.
That's weird.
And we really want to thank you. We appreciate you. Let me ask you something. Can you remember, or do you have in your mind of how many people you think you helped?
And how many students have you had?
How many students you had? How many people you helped get their CDLs?
Like, I know CDL Book Club is over 10,000 members. Yeah, we over 10,000 members. It's not that everybody like I put them behind the wheel. If you can hear my voice, I can teach you.
Right.
You know, and actually I learned that from being in Supermax.
Okay.
Speaking through the vents, I was teaching brothers who didn't know how to make their prayers.
Okay.
I was teaching them how to recite the Arabic. You know, through the vents.
Right.
And we were able to, even though we were in separate cells, we still were able to get the blessings of congregational prayer from making prayer at the same time.
Okay.
And I would just lead the prayer, and they can hear me, and then, you know, but
That's awesome.
and so it's not about like when I saw him. Okay, homeboy.
Okay.
Man, this dude, man, he doing the same thing you doing. Man, he riding off a CDL Book Club. He need to be paying you. Man, that ain't right.
Wow.
Should I have that attitude?
Nah.
When I saw him, when I saw this brother, he had a truck, he had a trailer,
Okay.
he had a business,
Yeah.
he looking good,
Yeah.
he doing good, and not just that, but he looking for the blessings. He helping his people. That's all he said.
Okay.
And I say, alhamdulillah. God, you know, I man, who cares?
Right. Right.
That's right. We take it to the next level for no reason all the time.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, yo,
But what about when somebody, okay, so I got a question about that though. That happens in trucking though. Like in trucking, we notice that, like people will watch, they will try to reciprocate. Do we approach people? No, we don't. Do people call us and be like, yo, such and such from such and such is calling me, asking me about you and asking about the truck and stuff? We don't entertain it at all because we say we're inspiring people. If we're inspiring people and they're calling secretly asking about us, as long as they're not asking you where we at right now, we're not intimidated by it. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's no disrespect, it's no threat, we're cool because that means that they're inspired by us. So somebody's watching.
Absolutely.
So we, like you said, do you feel like, when do you draw the line as a trucker or as a business owner or as a person where somebody like is really intentionally trying to steal your business and it's like down to the T and you gotta be like, all right, I built this my book,
This my
like
book.
this my
Yeah,
book
they got
right
a
here.
book.
But what if they put like the greatest something and it's like just like this? Where do you say, okay, now I gotta have a conversation? Like, do you feel like that has to happen, or do you feel like it's like, cool, okay, you know what, I don't care?
you know what? I have a son,
Okay.
10 years old. Well, he'd be 10 in May. And would I be upset for him to follow my footsteps?
No.
No.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
So if you want to create, or you want to follow or mimic what I've created, then that means I'm the father of your business.
That's right. And I always say to Richie too, look, what's for you is for you.
What's for you?
Can't nobody take what you got. So
Right.
only way they can take it is if you allow them to.
And see,
I say that all the time.
But this the thing though. This the thing. They can't take it.
Right.
That's why they troll.
Yeah.
I never understood like the social media stuff. That's actually how I got fired from when I left State Highway.
Okay.
When I fell through the bridge.
Okay.
Right. My wife was like, "Yo, this your last day."
Yeah.
All right, now what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I got this time with the state. I still want to use my time.
Yeah.
So I went to motor vehicles. I applied for to be a driver license agent.
Okay.
And so I was working for White Oak in White Oak as a driver license agent.
Okay.
I came back in. Everybody's by the door looking into the MVA.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what y'all looking at?
Yeah.
And so John Wall was at our branch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh snap, man, John Wall. So I pulled my phone out.
Yeah.
I thought that I was making a video, so I was on Facebook, right? And I hit the camera, and so I captured. Yeah, it was live, right? So I captured, John Wall, but the branch manager was sitting. He was sitting right there by John Wall, and John Wall was there with his publicist. But John Wall didn't have any documents.
Yeah.
He didn't have a driver license, or any documentation saying that, hey, you are who you are.
Yeah.
But the branch manager gave him a driver license, and so this was on the video, and so they was like, "Did you actually do this?"
Yeah.
And so I was like, what? And so they was like, you posted this video on social media, and we have a social media clause, and I was like, well, what you want me to do?
Yeah.
You want me to go out that door and go back to work, or you want me to go out this door and go home?
Right.
And so the branch manager, so this was like the next day.
Okay.
And so the branch manager was like, then he said, is it true that you're doing CDL classes? And I said, oh, you're trying to find stuff.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, because I was like, I had a conversation with your manager, the district branch manager, like, yo, before I get into this job, this is what I'm doing. Okay. As a community thing, it wasn't even a business.
Okay.
It was, yo, you want to learn how to get your CDL?
Yeah.
Meet me at 401 Main Street in Laurel, Maryland at 6 o'clock on Monday.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
So that's how you branched out.
That's how we started out.
Now, was you nervous doing that, branching out to your own school?
Man, it wasn't even a school.
You was just at that point.
It was just a community thing.
Yeah, it was like
we was doing this. We was doing this for free.
Okay.
I was just teaching. That's why I say book club, because I was teaching people how to gain the knowledge.
Okay.
So that they can take it and go run with it.
Now, was you getting paid, or it was just
nothing.
Just
free? Free is free.
Okay.
See,
That's
people think that, yo, nothing is for free. Man, all these people that was out there, it was free. It was free.
That's awesome. But you know what's funny? Sometimes those people get scared when somebody say something for free though.
No, it gotta be something behind it.
But let me tell you, that's perfectly good.
Okay.
Let those get out the way for those who want to get it.
Get the knowledge.
Yeah,
that's right.
And so if anybody from this was 2000. It was 2005.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Not 2000. 2015.
Okay.
Started as a business. So 2013 and 14, we were just doing all this for free.
Right.
And then, so when
did you have a partner?
I did have a partner.
Okay, because you was like, we was doing it for free, so
I had, and you got to be careful with that word, though.
Okay.
Partner.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that word.
Okay.
I had a homeboy who thought he was my partner.
Oh, okay. We was just talking about that yesterday.
You see,
we just talked about that.
Money.
You see, and see what happened. He had an idea.
Yep.
And I had an idea.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? What I'm doing I'm bringing the people, and you want to do this social media thing, and so we created a sign-in list.
Okay.
So I'll bring in the people with my idea that will help you with your business with needing people to be on social media.
Okay.
And so that was his idea.
Okay.
So I helped him with his idea, and I mean, like, you know, the money that I was working for, the money that I got for my hand and all that. So I'm investing into the business.
Okay.
And then from there, he had, I mean, that's all he did.
Kick back, chilling.
And it never works.
Okay.
Gotta play the game.
Yeah.
So then you end up just like, okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
So with my wife recognizing that, you know, homeboy was you know, kicking it with his feet up and not doing any work, putting in any work.
Got a smart wife.
Yeah, and so she you know, so she recognized, and so I had to, you know, I had to cut him off.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
But did he start from the beginning? Like,
but I had to. Nah, it's like one, he didn't. His name wasn't no paperwork.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
You know, once
It was just like
when I lost the job, you know, and when I lost the job at the motor vehicles, then that freed me to
Okay,
do
that's what I was
CDL Book
wondering.
Club.
Right.
That's what I was wondering.
And so that's when it became a business, because I was like, oh, you just gave me the freedom,
Right.
And I love freedom,
Right.
And so my wife was like, look, bro ain't doing nothing,
Right.
And so
We
I
gonna
was
figure it
like,
out. Yeah.
that's why I just went ahead and moved
So
forward.
was that hard to
with the
do to
business.
cut him off, or?
Well, see,
Cause in trucking, you know, we can do things like lease on stuff too, right? Like, and that's where you get into the partnership thing, and it's like two people, and like, how do you feel about that? Like,
well, I mean, I'm gonna go. Well, let me answer both. Was it hard to cut him off? No, because I let him play himself.
Okay.
And so, as far as getting into leasing a truck, I was talking to a young lady who's interested in starting a school out in Florida.
Okay.
And I told her, I was like, yo, you know, call me up. Anything I can do to help you,
Okay.
just let me know. You're gonna need this, and this.
Okay.
And the curriculum.
Okay.
You know, and so she said, okay. So my wife, being the partner that she is, like for instance, I mean, her name is on the books as well.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
And,
oh yeah, Jeffrey Mills and Juanita Mills. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
well, you said she was 3, right? And she was
everything.
She was everything.
Yeah, and you know, and I mean, and I got to get into these books came because of COVID. During
Change
COVID.
of times.
Okay.
Change of times.
Yes.
Okay.
Doing just like 3 years ago, we didn't have these books when I taught you.
Okay.
And so it wasn't even a thought.
Right.
Right. When there was a member, his name was Joe.
Okay.
Who was deaf.
Okay.
And Joe taught me.
Awesome.
Joe taught me CDL minded. Because I said, man, how in the world do I communicate with a person who is deaf? How do I get across? And so
a deaf person can get their CDLs?
bro,
I didn't know that.
I got to say now, I would definitely say I'm Allah bless me.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you know, that's what I'm not gonna say like I'm the best who
Right,
did it.
right,
I'm just gonna say Allah bless me because
You was able.
I'm able to
Yeah.
teach a deaf person, white person, a black person, an
Don't
Ethiopian,
matter. Wow.
Pakistani, Afghanistan,
Chinese.
Chinese, Korean, Tenpenchi Muila, correct?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And I
for
mean,
sure.
I
For sure.
like, you know, I
Your
I take the
horizon is just
challenge.
broad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I accept the challenge.
So can a deaf person get a CD?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
Deaf, he ain't got to hear, he got to see.
Yeah.
Can a blind person
And
get
that book right there.
He said get a
Yeah.
blind person. No, I understand that there's a difference. I got you.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, deaf, he gotta see, he can see it, ain't got nothing to do with hearing.
And with
But the
the-
blind person, no, obviously. But
There
I
you
get
go.
you.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So what would you leave like with like people, cause you're like the starting point. You're like where we gotta go to before
Yeah.
we get to here.
Yeah.
You know, we're like okay, we've been here. And you play you pretty much are a huge portion of our success because if
Absolutely.
it wasn't for you
Absolutely.
and your original motivation
Yeah.
with Richie and the way that you did things, we wouldn't even be here.
Absolutely.
So we have to give you credit for
Absolutely.
where we are
Absolutely.
because
100%. Let's get
we
a hand
wouldn't
clap.
even be here. Like
Awesome.
we wouldn't. Like
we really
I mean that's
appreciate
truthful
you.
because it starts with you.
Absolutely.
So like for the people that just don't know where to start, like you know they want to know like what is the best advice that you would give them before they dial your number or reach out to you in any kind of way? What do you want them to do to prepare so they could take your class? What do you want them to know?
I'm gonna tell you straight up. We right here in Maryland.
That's right.
They better come with that season.
Y'all hear that?
Because
Y'all hear that?
now, the season that I'm seasoning.
Okay.
Because one thing we do is we train to eat crabs and not be crabs. So I'm letting them know I'm not changing the formula.
Right.
From over 10,000 members.
Talk it.
What I need to change for?
For sure.
If you coming to get what I have for you, how about just be patient? A lot of people say they don't have patience. Oh, man, I can't. I ain't got but this a little bit of time to be in the truck. Yo, you don't have to do but 3 freaking maneuvers.
Right.
3.
Be patient.
Just be patient.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm gonna get you in the game.
Right.
That's right.
But see, they let their impatientness take them out right out the fold, and now they go spend some money somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, you got your CDL, but it says a lot about you, and now you're gonna be impatient with everything in life.
Yeah.
And then if you impatient with trucking, where we at now is owner operators and business owners, you ain't. First of all, it takes 21 days to get your authority active.
Right.
So let's just be real.
Yeah.
Can we be real?
It is.
It takes 21 days. So what about these guys that's being impatient, jump to get their authority, and now they can't book no loads? Where you going? You ain't going nowhere for 21 days. Well, you can, but what you gonna do? It's patience. This business is patience.
Yep.
So, I mean, we really appreciate you for coming on here and just sharing this knowledge. And like I said, Richie, tell everybody go to him. This way I learned from. This all I can tell you.
You motivated me. You inspired me, and I wouldn't be here. You know.
So we do have something to give you because we feel like that you really did play a major part.
We want to honor you.
Yes.
The man behind the camera, you can bring it on out, man. We appreciate
The
you.
man behind the camera.
Yes, sir.
He is the most
listen, you're a
he is
busy
the
man.
most-
We know that you was. Yeah, you can bring it out. Listen, you're a busy man.
Wow.
We want to honor you. We know. Hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So here is his Ghost Runners trophy.
Come on.
It's to CDL Book Club #1 truck school,
Oh,
Mr. Jeff.
snap.
So there is that,
And you have a plaque.
and then we got one that you could put in the school.
Oh, this is going in the man cave. You'll see that.
Get a
Then you
close up on
got
it.
this one. You got CDL Book Club, Mr. Jeffrey Mills, #1 truck
man.
school
Number one.
2022.
And this is our appreciation, man. This is your flowers. You
Appreciate
deserve
that.
it, man. You deserve this. You're a busy man. You made some time to come to the Trucker Talk TV.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you,
We
man.
really do. And like I said, this is just a small token of appreciation for, you playing a major part in our success.
Thank
we
you.
really do appreciate everything
This is awesome.
that you did for this man so that I could get my nails done and my
There
hair
you
done.
go.
No, I'm just like-
Oh, but now he know. No. He know.
Yeah.
He know. I told y'all, if you look back now, you got me on video. I said, this is why I do this.
Yeah.
Not just for the next man,
Absolutely.
but for the whole lineage.
Yep. And now I can bless my kids, and they can bless their kids. Generational. We really
wealth.
appreciate you, Jeff.
And this is the reason why CDL Book Club, this is why I do this. Let's go back. Let's go to the root, the foundation.
Okay.
One, black men don't want to work together.
That's right.
I force you to work with me.
Yeah.
That's
If
right.
not, then go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
Go somewhere else. Because, like I said, we train to eat crabs, not be crabs.
Yeah.
So we're going to smash that crab talk.
Yeah.
Two, you got to pee in that cup. Oh.
Got cut them bad habits out.
Oh.
Bad habits. Got
Oh
cut them
yeah,
out.
that's right.
If I can't do it, you can't.
For sure.
That's right.
And three, you got 4 pockets. We're trying to
I
help you
love
put
that.
money in
I
every
love
one.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
use
so,
that, Mr.
yeah,
Joe. I'm sorry.
please.
Look.
Yes, please.
That's my new
You
thing.
know.
You got 4 pockets. You better be using all of them. I'm gonna tell everybody that.
Now,
That's it.
where can they find you? Any
Again,
websites?
you said in the beginning, your website.
Hey, can I leave this up? I gotta leave this on my lap right here. I gotta leave
I
this
know,
on my
man.
lap.
You gotta just hold this stuff.
Yo,
Look, he
I
about to
gotta-
walk in the door. She might make the sticky chicken tonight.
Oh, it might have to be some. I gotta put that right there, right?
Let
He's
me
gonna
people
let me
know.
some sticky chicken.
Give me just a. Let me get one. Just. All right. Okay. All right.
Before we
it's
go,
out.
just let the people know again where they can find you, social media, any websites, anything like that.
Well, go to the website. Go to the website at thecdlbookclub.com. 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 You can go to the and order the books. These books will you can use these books anywhere, East Coast, West Coast, North and South. Ask the people in Aruba, Saudi Arabia, Russia, I mean, all over. You know, shout out to, you know, even though, you know, man, this Russian war thing is a trip right now, I know, but, you know, but everywhere, you know, it's a lot of CDL Book Club members all over the earth. And, you know, we gotta put God first.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Put God first, man.
That's what we say.
You know, because I know that I won't fail because this is who put me in this position.
Woo, that's it.
So you can
talking our language.
You can make copies of the books.
You can do whatever you want.
Can do whatever you want. But it's already
number one.
It's already etched in the stone. It's etched. So hey, you go right ahead, do what you want. But if you want to get CDL minded, come to CDL Book Club. We would love to take you on and just follow our steps, man. Just follow the steps. Have some patience, and also, it's like having your cake and eating it too, because we help you get a job. They do tuition reimbursement. The companies that we are liaisons for, they give you it doesn't even matter, up to $8,000. If you pay $8,000, they give it right back to you. And we're not even close to that. We only at 15. It's either $1,500 or $3,000, whatever package you want. Right. The companies, they give that money back to you. They do paid training, and starting pay is $90,000.
Wow.
Coming out the gate, $90,000.
So you set them up all the way through.
The whole way through, get the experience, go, you know, a year or two under your belt, and you call me up, you say, hey, Mr. Jeff, man, I got the knowledge I need. I'm thinking about buying a truck. I saved my money up. Well, we got friends to help you save money on the truck and trailers, and then we have dispatchers.
There you
That's
go.
right.
And see, so you know, so I listen to all of that.
Yeah.
So what we do is we keep it.
In.
It's all in.
Yeah.
It's all in.
Yeah.
And so therefore, you know, when we work together, we eat together,
For sure.
and we're gonna build together.
CDL
right.
Book Club.
CDL Book Club, y'all. So follow Mr. Jeff, CDL Book Club, and yeah. So we definitely gonna be back next week. I think this is the best episode we've had.
Absolutely, I had a good time.
We're excited for our guests, and Mr. Jeff, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Very much so.
So Mr. Jeff, like, yeah,
I need a Tesla because I don't want to drive now. I just want to, you know, I got to put it in automatic.
Yeah.
all right, y'all.
It's Trucker Talk TV. We see y'all in the next episode. That's a wrap.
Peace.
Let's go. Hey, listen, man, we behind the scenes, man. We got the boy Jeff, CDO Book Club is in the building. You got the awards right here, man. Appreciation. Look at this, man.
Right
Looking
there.
good, feeling good. He blessed right now, man. Let's give it up, man.
Get a Tesla.
Gotta buy a Tesla, man, because I don't want to drive. CDL Book Club, Jeff Mills right here, and we got this black and gold Ghost Runners trophy for CDL Book Club as the #1 trucking school.